What's going on, guys? Chatter's Legacy Farm here. I'm gonna have to get you guys a little closer to the table. That's all there is to it. It's a little bit down. All right. May not have all of me in here, but all right, guys. What we're doing today, I'm gonna put a lanyard on this cold steel. This is the Cold Steel Recon Tonto. Done some videos on this thing the other day. I did end up acquiring this from my buddy. So this Cold Steel Recon Tonto is mine now. He gave me a screaming deal, $15. So now I'm going to customize it just a little bit, make it more mine. You know what I'm saying? I don't do this to all my knives, but some of them I do, some of them I don't. It just depends on how the knife strikes me, whether I think I want to put it on there or not. So this is some paracord. This is you guys can read that. That is the what do they call it? Tough grid. Yeah, Tough Grid, and this is their 3-pack of camouflage paracord. I don't know if you guys can read that or not, but that's what I normally buy. You can get this off Amazon. It's very good paracord. So I mean, there's so many uses for paracord. It's crazy. But anyway, I'm going to take this. This is camouflage, and it has like 3 different colors of camouflage. It's got some green. This one has some green and some FDE in it. This one has got a little bit of white, black, and mostly light colored FDE. And then this one here, where's the other one? Here it is. There's a strand of it. This one here is like very dark green with some FDE in it also. So you can see here, you got different colors, different color variations. You might be able to see that. You might not. I might have you guys a little far away for this project today, but we're going to go with it anyway. All right. What I like to do sometimes is put a lanyard around on my knives. Some of them, some of them I don't. There's no rhyme or reason why I really do what I do. I know if I'm going to use the knife for hunting or fishing, most of the time, now not all the time, but most of the time, I will not put a lanyard on it. If it's going to be a hunting or a fishing knife, I don't want the lanyard dragging through, say, blood if you've got to field dress a deer. I don't want the knife dragging through fish guts, or the lanyard dragging through fish guts. So if you're going to use a knife for hunting or for fishing, I don't like a lanyard on a hunting or fishing knife just because of that. Because if you don't actually put the lanyard around your wrist or on your hand, then your lanyard's just going to be dragging through all the gross stuff that you're trying to do, and then all you're doing is making your lanyard stinky, smelly, gross. So it's just one more thing you're going to have to clean. So on a hunting knife or a fishing knife, no lanyard. If it is just going to be a straight woods knife or a farm knife and I'm just going to be whacking shit with it, then I'll put a lanyard on it. If it's going to be a bushcraft knife, then lanyard. Okay. So this is going to be probably woods knife, farm knife, bushcraft knife. That's probably the role that this is going to fit in. I'm not going to take this hunting or fishing, okay? So, and normally I try to take stainless knives whenever I'm doing hunting or fishing also. This is a carbon steel. It's SK5. So anyway, let's get to it. Let's, most of the time, sometimes, that's another thing. Sometimes I will turn, because I always carry a knife. My fixed blade normally gets carried on my left side. And sometimes if I have the ability to turn the sheath around, I do. Sometimes I don't. If the knife is going to be on my side for self-protection, most of the time I don't turn it around. So that way, whenever I draw it out, it's already, I don't know, it's blade first. You know what I'm saying? So it's edge first, I should say. So then whenever you draw it out this way, you know what I mean? Then you're not in quite such a fighting stance. If you draw your knife out this way, you're more of a fighting stance to do something. My opinion. So anyway, we're going to put some paracord on this thing today. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to use this more FDE colored stuff. I have another cold steel, the GI Tonto, and I've done the same thing with some orange paracord. So we're just going to start putting this on there and see how we like it. I don't know how it's going to turn out. I have no idea. we're just going to go with it. Just going to weave it down through the sheath. Let's see. Let's go, because I want to tie this up top. Let's go this way. We'll just weave it through here. See what we think. I'm going to go, yeah, I'm going to tie these both off at the top instead of the bottom. I think. No? No, maybe not. Maybe not. Let's, thinking how I want to do this. Because it's going to have to come around this. Yeah, let's do it that way. I haven't made up my mind on how I want to do this yet, needless to say. So we're just going to run this through. We're going to make us an X pattern. See about how much I need here. Run this through here. All right. Now, I'm just going to tie a knot in it here. Tie a knot real close to the end of the where I burnt it, so that way it'll pull down tight. All right. I always like having a little extra paracord just on something somehow, some way. Just kind of, I don't know. I like it. So let's see. We're gonna go up to this one, and then we're gonna go around and back up this one, and then back over here. So I need to cut this off. I don't know, somewhere in this vicinity. My next torch, MT10, great big scissors. See what we can do here. There we go. Cut that right in two. I'm gonna give this some fire. Well, my lighter's cold this morning. Don't want to burn real well. Give this just a little bit of fire. Wet your fingers a little bit. Bring it to a point. Don't burn your fingers. Yeah, it sucks. All right, let's see. Get rid of that for now. Now we're going to just see. This may not be the way I leave it on here. We'll just have to see what it looks like when I get it on there. So, come on. Come on. Come on through there. There we go. All right, so here I have an X at the bottom and an X at the top. So that's different. Let's see. If I run it through a different way, I may be able to get an X in the middle. So I'm either going to have one X in the middle, like that. When I flip it around, I'll either have one X in the middle, or I'll have an X at the top and an X at the bottom, okay? Or, let's see if I have enough to do this. Or, let's see, I can probably run it around this way through these two loops. Maybe. I probably won't have enough to do this now. We'll run it up through here. Come on. Yeah, and then over. So I can do it that way. There we go. There we go. That looks pretty good. That looks all right. Now, having enough to tie is going to be a chore in itself here. So let's see. We're going to pull some. We're going to pull it tight as we can pull it. Pull it as tight as we can. Very, very tight. So that way I actually might have something to tie off to, because I did not leave myself much. Maybe. Just maybe I can do this. Come on now. Come on. Feed yourself through there. Come on. I know I got just enough to tie here. Now, if you don't have enough to tie, you can always cut it off and burn it. Burn it, tie it close enough to it and burn it and push it down, you know, mash it flat enough that it cannot come out. Well, I can get that tied, but it's going to be a pain in the ass, I'll tell you that. I left myself enough. It's just not wanting to work with me here. Dexterity of my fingers is not wanting to work, but either way, I'll get that tied eventually. So anyway, I think I'm going to leave it like that. I think I'm just going to leave it like that. And now we're going to put a lanyard on the knife itself. Burn this off a little bit. That's one thing I like about good paracord. It burns well. It burns well, and it doesn't come undone very easily. It takes a burn very well. Is what I'm getting at. So poke this through. Come on now. There it goes. There it goes. All right, let's see what we got here. See about how much we need. I'm horrible at this too. I usually end up cutting off way too much. That's what I do. And then I end up wasting paracord, but well, it's paracord, right? Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to tie us in a knot. Tie this in a knot. This needs to be wrapped around and through that. There we go. No, I screwed that all up. Oh, my Lord. Not working right this morning at all. All right, let's just let's just cut it off. How does that sound? Just cut it off like I usually do, and don't try to do anything fancy. Let's just cut it off. Cut it off right about there. That should be long enough. Cut it off. Burn the end. That end burnt a little bit. Let your fingers give it just a second to cool off. All right. I always like my lanyard. I don't like both ends to be exactly the same. So I always make one just a little longer than the other one. That's just the way I like to do it. Then just go with a knot. And I like my knot to lay flush against the blade. I don't want whenever I stick it in the sheath, I don't want my tail of my knot sticking out this way. I want the tail sticking the other way. That's just me and my OCD. That's all it is. I think I made this thing long enough. It's a little too long. So what we're going to do is take the knot up some. Take the knot up. So that way, whenever I do wrap it around my wrist, it's actually tight like I want it. This is me just playing around this morning, showing you guys just how I customize my knives sometimes. All right, now I think I got that about right now. Yeah, that'll work. You want it relatively snug for whenever you get it wrapped around your wrist, okay? And then you can always put the paracord between these two fingers. Then you get some chopping action too, right? And you're still able to hold on to it, all right? So there we go. I think that's going to work right there. I think that will be fine. Pull this thing tight. I always use my multi-tool. These next torches will work just fine for this. Just to pull that knot very, very tight. So there we go. We'll poke this back in the sheath. Like I said, I still got to tie that one side off. I'll get it tied off. I left enough there. I just gotta have to concentrate on it. But there you go. That's what my finished product's going to look like. I don't know. I just like to customize some knives with paracord. Some knives I do not. It just depends on which knife it is and whether I want to or not. You know, I don't know. I don't know. I think it looks pretty good though. It looks pretty good. I like paracord on a knife. I really do. Like I said, the only reason why I don't run paracord on a hunting or fishing knife is because you don't want the paracord getting all nasty with blood and fish guts and all that stuff. So then it starts stinking. So I know I've been there and done that before. I've ran paracord on fillet knives and stuff, and it doesn't work real well. It makes an odor. So anyway, guys, that's it. That's long enough for this video. held you up about 15 minutes just tying paracord on a sheath and putting a lanyard on. But if you're in the market for some paracord, this is some good stuff. Tough Grid is some good stuff. It's made in the USA. Let's see, 100% guaranteed. 7 triple strands, 100% nylon. Yeah, they're a great company. They make really good stuff. I really like them. www.toughgrid.com. I think it's a veteran-owned company. I could be wrong there, but I thought so. I could be wrong on that. I don't know. Can't remember, guys. Been too long since I ordered any. But anyway, that's it. Tough Grid. And I like Tough Grid. It's good stuff. Way better than the cheap shit you buy at Walmart or Harbor Freight or anything like that. It's actually really good paracord. And you see there, it looks pretty good on blades. So I don't know. Like I said, I like some things I like lanyards on, some things I don't. It just depends on how the sheath is made also, on what kind of a pattern you can put on it too. So all right. That's it, guys. I want to get off here, and I'll get off here and I'll see you later. If you like what I've been doing, like, share, subscribe. Always appreciate the thumbs up button. And we'll get out of here. We will maybe turn this remote on. All right, we will. See ya.